Welcome to dye class, everyone. I'm really excited to have you here and excited to show you how to make the world's most beautiful wool. Right now it is, anyway. When we invent something else, maybe it'll get dethroned or whatever you call it, but right now it's a pretty exciting, beautiful way to make wool. If we look at the pan now, we can see that I've got about 1/4 of my half-yard piece laying in here. It's all wrinkly, but in no special configuration. There's folds, there's all the kinds of things you shouldn't do when you're making a spot dye. And now I'm going to mix up my first formula, which is 1 cup of boiling water and 2 30 seconds of brilliant green. Now you can use any green you want to, and you can use any dyes you want to. It doesn't make any difference, and you don't even have to use these colors. And to that, I'm going to add citric acid. And I'm adding quite a bit, more than normal, about 1/32 of it also. And now, without ceremony, I'm just going to throw this over top of this wool. And I'm not worrying that it's all being covered or anything. I'm going to mash it in a little bit. You especially don't have to worry about getting it up to the edges, which will come clear why soon. Now I'm going to fold it over this way. I have my wool on this side of the pan. I'm gathering it up, same as before. And you can see there's some bleed through of the green. That's perfectly okay. My next color, I'm going to use a steel brown. So again, I'm going to use 1 cup of boiling water, 2 30 seconds of steel brown, now you don't need to do this as fast as I'm doing it. I'm trying to keep these videos to a minimum size so you're not waiting and waiting so long to see what happens. Stir up that citric acid and pour the brown over top. Now when you're doing it and you think to yourself, oh, I wanted to have more brown, or, well, we could have more brown because I have some left in the bottom of the thing. I wanted to have more brown, or that wasn't quite dark enough. It's perfectly okay for you to just put more brown over top of what you already did. No worries about that. So once again, folding over, and I have some left over here to the side. My next color is going to be red. So this time red is a weak color, comparatively speaking, with the 2 I've already used. So I'm going to use 3 30 seconds of it. Don't worry about it clobbering up or anything either, because it just doesn't matter. You just want to make sure your particles are dissolved. I'm going to bring in my big boy ruler here. It's easier to stir with it. If you don't dissolve everything, don't worry. It just means that your formula is going to have some freckles, and that's no big deal. I think sometimes they add quite a bit to what you're hooking. Okay, so now I'm going to throw the red on here. Tamp it down a little bit. Now you'll notice I'm going to make my next formula before I got some red in here, so I'm not going to use that for expediency. I'm just going to carry on with my next one. I don't want to lay down my blue on top of here, which is my next color, because I'm going to end up getting more purple than I want. So the reason I'm using boiling water is because it grabs up very quickly into the wool and doesn't migrate much. But you'll see that you still will have some nice blossoms of purple. And I have to use 3 30 seconds of blue too, because it also is a little on the weak side, comparatively speaking. So now I'm going to fold over this last bit of wool, and you can see there's brown on it a little bit, and a little bit of the red, and some green, and from my thumb some blue, a gift. Should I put citric acid in? You know what, it doesn't matter because there's already plenty in here, and this is the last color to go on. I'm just throwing it right in the middle. And just when you think we are finished, we are not. We've got one other thing to do. I am going to mix up 1/32 of yellow in this one. I forgot I had red in that one. In 1 cup. I'm going to take a look at it. I might actually use 2/32 of yellow. Yeah, I think I will. Orange works well too when you're doing this. And it depends on the colors, but we'll talk more about that later. I'm going to be sure to add some acid to this while I'm present of mind. Stir it up. And now this gets poured all along the perimeter. And that's it. You pop it in the oven and you cook it till the water's clear. And no touching it after this point or I'll slap you. Thanks.